Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Um, oh shit! I just realized I have my phone on, so I'm hearing myself. It's so funny. I spend so much time setting up these streams and like making sure I got every detail right and double checking all my shit. And then I looked at the stream just now and it said it was supposed to start yesterday at 11:20 a.m. So I have no idea why. Fun times. Yeah, hopefully everything sounds and looks okay. I've been kind of like messing with the video, but it still looks like it's lagging a bit. So maybe it'll look a little better once I switch to the main screen. I'm going to be playing Castlevania Bloodlines. Let me boot it up, and then I'm going to ask you guys who I should play with. Sweet. Yeah, so after last week, and welcome anybody who has never watched my channel or doesn't know who I am. My name's James. This is my channel, Big Ol' Words. Last week I streamed. Fuck, I've already forgotten what I played. But oh, I can't think of it. But I noticed when I watched. Oh, Zelda 2. I was playing Zelda 2. I noticed when I watched it, even at the end, that it was kind of lagging a bit. So I'm trying to hopefully get this a little more in sync. We'll see. You guys tell me if you can tell any difference. But I did change a couple things, kind of at the bandwidth of what my computer can do and what the internet can do. So I will hope for the best. If you've never played Castlevania Bloodlines, it's the Genesis Castlevania. You can choose between two characters, neither of which is really a Belmont, so they're kind of interesting for different reasons. And I really love this game. It may be my favorite Genesis game. It's up there. It's really, really fun, and the music is amazing. It's kind of a simpler version of Castlevania than Super Castlevania for the Super Nintendo, but it is still really good and has a lot of really interesting ideas and visuals and whatnot. So, yeah, let's get started. I will say I've played this game a bunch, but I don't think I've ever beaten it, so I'm not really optimistic. But I did pick out another game just in case, because I keep saying that and then I keep beating games. So here, let's hope for the best. Does anyone have a preference between these two dorks? Oh, and what's up, guys? See, Matt's here. He's talking about, god damn, hide and speak cart flip. I like that. Ryan McKenna says this is one of his favorite games. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I don't know. The spear is more fun to use, and you can kind of use it in more directions. I think it's probably better in every way, but John is harder, Eric is easier. Okay, that I didn't know. What's up to everybody individually and collectively? So far I've got at least a couple Johns. I don't really have a preference, and honestly I may die, so then I'll just start over as Eric, so. Alright, let's go John then. So this game, instead of being kind of like in one particular ruin, it kind of takes place across Europe. So you start in what's essentially the first level of the original Castlevania, and then move on to other stuff. It looks pretty dope. Can't tell, I'm looking at the screen just to see how it looks on the feed. Hopefully it looks about the same. I don't know why I keep picking such difficult games to play. This is, for a Castlevania game, not the hardest, for sure. But it's still pretty goddamn hard. Yeah. I said in the description and probably somewhere else, but this is my third favorite Castlevania game. My favorite is Castlevania 3, which I kind of unsuccessfully played on a stream not too long ago. But And then Symphony of the Night is really fun. I've played a bunch of the Castlevanias. I played all the kind of handheld ones. Oh yeah. On the Game Boy Advance and stuff that are kind of similar to Symphony of the Night, but I then played Symphony of the Night pretty recently, and yeah, it's so much better than those games. It is pretty amazing. I realize as I'm like making more videos right now that I just keep talking about Konami like every single video. I'm really not trying to. It's not really my intention, but it's like I can't help it. They just keep, like, every example I have usually ends up referring, whatever it is, whatever topic I'm trying to talk about, usually ends up referring to Castlevania or one of the other random games. I'm making a video right now about NES games where you can switch characters on the fly, and like, I mean, probably 8 of them are Konami games. They were the kings of their time, that's for sure. I don't even know if that glass hurts you. This guy's not very hard, he's barely even moving. If anything, I'm just dicking around. I feel like for some reason, it's been a while since I played this. I feel like you can't upgrade your throwable weapons like you can in the other ones. You know, you usually get like a little, what's it called? Like Roman numeral? Oh, oops. Had to swat his corpse. I stream at the same time as Game Dave. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. But shout out to Game Dave without really knowing what his channel is like. I bet it's good if you're streaming both of us. And thank you. I feel like they're a little more obvious about the meat being back there. You can kind of see that it's hiding behind that wall. Look at these like disgusting corpses up top here. Jeez. Just like the torso of some like poor motherfuckers up there. It's awful. That looks like it would hurt you, but it doesn't. This does. This kills you instantly. I don't know if this blood hurts you. Let's see. No. Blood does not hurt you. Yeah, I'm immediately finding this to be much harder to talk about. And it's not because there isn't stuff to talk about in the game. There's plenty to talk about. I think it's just so much fun that I'm like, I'm like getting lost in it. Like, man, this rules. If you never played it, it's really fun. I can't recommend it enough. I feel like there's maybe a handful of Genesis games that I think are really good. And this is one of them. I take that back. There are plenty of games that are good, but there's only a few that I feel like are as good as some of the Super Nintendo counterparts. This is one. Contra Hardcore is one for sure. And then some of the RPGs are okay. Oh, like Shining Force is, I think, better than any strategy RPG on the Super Nintendo. Like, that's pretty cool. Totally unnecessary. Not very difficult. Pretty cool. Dope. So I'm playing this on the hardest mode. This is just normal mode. As far as I know, there's not like a hard mode, but suffice to say, the first stage in general is not very hard. You can see I'm not even trying, and I'm just killing this dude. It does get harder as the game goes on, but the first part is just not very tricky. Anyway. There's an upgrade on the whip. Is that the blue thing? Because I know you can get, there's like a blue thing that makes your whip a little stronger, but it's temporary. What's up? I see some familiar guys. J-Rock from, I remember seeing last week. Dora Laxon, what's up? Yeah, even talking about the music being great. I mean, even this is pretty hot. It's funny because I played so many of these 16-bit titles, but I think I'm just like so deeply ingrained in 8-bit that like I can't even really tell if this is like, I know it's good, like this is amazing. I know certain aspects of this look really good, but it's like hard for me to compare. I just don't spend as much time with it as I do, especially with the NES, but just with the NES or the Master System. Oh, come on, dude. That was terrible. So like I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell you like how this is pushing the limits of the console, but I've never been really great with the technical stuff, as I'm sure many people who comment will know. I don't know a ton about hardware or software. I really more know the history and stuff, who's involved, tracing those kind of lines, when games come out, that sort of thing. The dreaded moving level. Oh my god, damn it. Killed by the easiest enemy. Really trying to... God damn it. Really trying to give myself a challenge here. This game is not particularly hard, but there are limited continues, which is the only Castlevania game I can think of that does that. Castlevania is really one of the hardest series, but they give you as many chances as you want to fuck up. Something I will try tonight that I never try. I usually run out of continues and just give up, but tonight what I'm going to do is try and do a password. I've never done that before, so I'm not really sure if it leaves you with enough lives or continues to keep going, or if it just starts you exactly where you were with as many lives as you had. Maybe you guys remember, but I don't. I've never tried a password in this game. So we'll see. Like I said, I've never beaten it, so questions will abound as I get closer to death. The only thing that's a little tricky about this area is this guy. He's not hard, but you do have to beat him before the water rises up. And it's just a little awkward. Come on. Oh boy. I'm not gonna make it. Yep. Yeah. I love it. As soon as I start streaming something like this, I like completely suck at this game. It's amazing. Not saying I was a wizard before, but damn, I don't remember the last time I died at this dude. Okay. Fun times, guys. Oops. Oh, James, Jesus Christ. Woof! Strap in, guys. Next week, I'm going to play Color Dinosaur. Something where I can just relax, not think too hard, definitely not try too hard. Like I said, these bosses are really not very difficult. I'm making them look hard, but they're not. No. Not even the end of the stage. You have to fight two guys, and it isn't even the end of the level. This part is actually a little tricky. And I'm down to my last life. That's cool. Well, it's been fun. Like that. Play Crystal's Ponytail. I am not familiar with Crystal's Ponytail. It's hard to jump out of wire to whip somebody. Yeah, it really is. So this is where I would debate whether I would continue or not. I'm going to, and I'll probably end up starting over as Eric and playing through again. This is kind of one of those games because of the limited continues that you do have to play a little more conservatively than I'm playing right now. I'm kind of, talking to you guys and being a little cavalier with the way I'm attacking. But, like, you really do need every life, because I am nowhere near any difficult section of the game. I just lost a continue in the easiest part, so it probably won't go very well, but I will try my best from here. Maybe I'll go on a run. So yeah, maybe you guys can think of working on a video about NES games where you can switch characters in the middle of a game. So Bucky O'Hare or Lil Samson or I don't know, Turtles, those kind of games. And I thought about it for a while. I think I got as many as I could think of, but I have a feeling there will probably be one or two that I didn't remember. And then there were a few that I thought work that way, but actually don't. Like the second G.I. Joe game, for instance, you can get multiple characters, but you can't switch between them until you start a new level. So it's not quite what I'm talking about. So not like Mario 2 or something. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas, I will check here in one sec. Kind of my strategy in all the other games is, to use something like the holy water or the boomerang until I get 3 of them, and then just fuck everybody up. But that isn't really an option here. It's not that it doesn't help you to use the item, which is how you get more. You can use more items in the first few Castlevanias if you use the item. So the more you use it, the more times you can throw it. I could throw it like 3 times there. But this game doesn't do that. So it doesn't really matter if you switch weapons or whatever. Oh, what the fuck was that? Cool. I like kind of got stuck on a ledge. All talking shit about items. All right, let's see what we got here. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? Where are the sex bots? Oh, that's something I meant to ask you guys. Does anyone want to moderate this at some point? I need someone to kick out the sex bots. And just by the way I have this set up, I can't really check. I can't really do much without, like, kind of fucking up things with the stream. So that would be helpful. I'd have to figure that part out, too. But if anyone's interested, please let me know. Let's see. Good luck finding the bat on level 3. Yeah, that would be tough. Does totally rad count? No. So games where you can kind of switch between power-ups, so like Mega Man games or, you know, Kirby or even a shitty game like Widget where you can be different versions of Widget, like a cannon or something. Yeah, it's not really what I'm talking about. Those are more like the same character with different attributes. I know it's kind of like I'm not gonna say annoyingly specific, but it's kind of a specific concept that I'm going for here. Jesus Christ. Tiny Toons is borderline actually, because you can switch between them, but you have to get an item to do so. You can't do it at will. So you have like 2 characters that you can pick, but you or one you have and then one you can pick. But you can only switch to them by picking up an item, and then you can only switch back by picking up that same item. Yeah, not sure how I died before. That was really weird. I've never had that happen. I'll keep throwing out ones until, just in case, let's see. Or maybe you guys want to see it, I don't know. Maybe that's spoiling it. I don't know. Fuck me, I'm just doing such a shitty job here. If you came for top level Castlevania play, you came to the wrong place. I always kind of preface in these streams, I am not great at games. I'm like, I think I'm okay. But there are tons of people out there that are really skilled at playing all kinds of stuff. I'm not one of them. I'm just a guy who likes talking about stuff. And featuring games I think are really interesting visually or, you know, from a design perspective. And this is one that has pretty much everything you can ask for. Maniac Mansion is absolutely one. Lethal Weapon. Ooh, that's one I didn't have. Thank you. I totally forgot about that. I have some other licensed games, but I did not have that on the list. So thank you. That's perfect. Lethal Weapon. I honestly don't know if I've ever played it, which was true of a few games. I read that Mission Impossible was one, and I realized I had never, ever played it. I think I've actually played Impossible Mission, the bootleg, more than I've ever played Mission Impossible. It's actually pretty awesome. I'll have to play it more at some point. River City. Oh, I should play River City Ransom. I see. Let's see. River City Ransom. So I love River City Ransom. It's one of my favorite games. I prefer to play it 2-player. So that'll be one if I can get a friend over to play. My only beef with it is I can never really remember where to go. I kind of forget, so I might have to do some scouting. Like maybe watch a video or something so I remember what you need to do and kind of what items do what and that kind of thing. And then yeah, I will play it at some point. It's pretty fun. Rescue the embassy, but you can't select between characters. Okay. I should still take a look at that, though. It's starting to get a little slow down here. Not because of me, because it's Konami. They don't know how to make a game without it slowing down at least a little bit. It is their gift and their curse. Is that at some point, too much shit is going to be on the screen and the system's going to go wild. Even on the Genesis, which is... Oh, I'm out. That's why I was wondering why I was having trouble hitting this guy. Blow up your bloody sack. Slow Nami. Euphoria is there. Bob's Big Break. I'm not familiar with that. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that there was a Game Boy Tiny Toons like that. That's cool. Oh yeah, I forgot. This has a great thing where after you get the little globe, it gives you a few seconds so you can kind of fuck around, and then it'll pause and play. So it's a great time to do that thing they used to do in old movies where it'd be like, yeah! And then it freezes in midair. You can select characters mid-game is what I meant to say, so I think it fits the criteria. Oh, rescue the embassy mission does? Cool. Thanks, DFLJ. Mongoose 1 billion, you definitely win for Slow Nami. That's a very... I don't know if you coined that phrase or not, but for the sake of the stream, I'm going to say you did. That's pretty good. This is a pretty difficult stage. I guess from here on it gets a little hard, but this has the Leaning Tower of Pisa rotates, which is a really interesting visual idea. And yeah, I can definitely see how Eric Lacard is easier. Damn. I like how they animated this, like I knocked this harpy's head off. I never noticed that. But it keeps flying. That's pretty amazing. I do love all the random, like, kind of Greek myth stuff. I mean, there's always been, you know, Medusas and whatnot in these games, but the Minotaurs and the Harpies, it's pretty neat. As a big Greek mythology dork, it's fun to see. We have like a whole like bookcase full of like not the whole bookcase, but a bunch of books on mythology, and it's like just the perfect height for my 2-year-old daughter to grab all of them. So it's like I don't know if she really likes books or she just really likes grabbing things close by, but she does really enjoy picking them up, especially those books, and just walking around with them. But I do hope that one day she's as into it as I was. My like little nephew, who's almost 11, he's been getting into it. I was maybe a little younger that when I was really into myths, but I used to every night I would read them. Dolores is I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's Dolores Greek Myths. It's like a big yellow book. Oh, for some reason I thought the stage was gonna go down. I didn't. That wasn't an accident. Like I meant to jump down. I just thought something else would happen there. There's not like really diverging paths in this game per se, but you can go up here if you have Eric Lacard, because he can kind of jump. And then what I meant to do, or should have done, was this. You swing across. You can tell that they took pity on me there, because in another Castlevania game, I would have died. I would have been flung backward. But here, when he hit me, I dropped straight down. I love it. Oh yeah, that's cool. Man, maybe I've been playing this on easy. I don't think I remember this boss. This looks pretty hard. Oh boy. Whew. Glad I had enough ammo for that. Yeah, I think I must have been playing this on... Maybe I was playing it on easy and didn't realize it. I'm absolutely not so much of a purist that I think you have to play a game on normal or hard. I mean, all these games are fucking hard, even on easy, so. Like, when I played Solstice the other day and I used the code that gives you 99 lives, it's like, that doesn't make... It does not make that game any easier. It just gives you more chances. And even easy mode on for Bloodlines is pretty damn tough. I think this stage just makes me nauseous. It hasn't started spinning yet. That's about to happen. But this part where it's just kind of waving back and forth, it's a little nauseating. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, it's such an awkward height. You motherfucker. After my last stream, I got a message. God damn, I'm playing terribly. I got a message from someone on Instagram telling me that I shouldn't mention stealing stuff. I'm not going to say what, because he's probably right, but I think probably I do kind of casually mention things on these streams that, I mean, I don't give a shit, and I don't really know who would give a shit, but it's kind of funny to think about the fact that, like, anything I say on here, not that it's particularly incriminating, but, like, it's like, it is somewhat revealing of, you know, my personal life, details of my personal life, I mean, potentially crimes that I commit if I really wanted to talk about it. Like, it's really interesting. I've always just thought of it as being fairly anonymous because I didn't really know if anyone was watching until recently, and so I didn't really think too much about it. But damn, yeah, he's right. Probably should be careful about what I talk about and how. Oh, that was cool. Fuck my fucking cock. Got hit by that bat with a classic mistake, which is not remembering which button is which. This is the curse of playing Nintendo too much, is I've gotten very used to playing with 2 buttons. And that was a situation where I pressed jump instead of attack. Fun times. This uses, I'm playing with the Sega Genesis controller, and it uses A to attack, B to jump, and then C is your weapon. So you don't have to do up and attack in this game. Fuck me. I see what you mean about, I assume this is what someone was talking about fighting the winged enemy, but I think you might be talking about the boss, which is very, this is a hard boss, and will be a little tough with the whip. And this is absolutely a time where you should have something like the axe, not the, if you had the choice. Yeah, that'll do. Something that can move a little further than the, and I'm out. Fuck me. Man, this is going to be a really short stream, guys. Fuck me. Ooh. Let's check in. Yeah, I've never really played Rescue the Embassy. I need to give it a shot. I've had people recommend it, but just never really played it. Picked up the Anniversary Collection. Oh, yeah. Ultimate Edition. What system is that for? Yeah, right. One of you guys is the FBI that's watching my stream. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not smart to be talking about piracy or something on in a private forum, but I don't know who's really going to watch this and put it together and then also be able to ascertain what the fuck I'm talking about specifically, but who knows? I had a lot of like graffiti writer friends, and they I feel like it's always been a fine balance with them where it's like they want to show their stuff, but it's illegal, so then they can't really show it with any impunity. So like they have to find either creative ways to do it or kind of say that they're like a fan page and they're like finding other people's pictures of their work and pretending that they weren't the actual one who painted it. It's kind of a fine balance, but I've also known people who definitely got arrested for having like a Flickr page or something of their quite illegal graffiti. So that's a lesson for me. Not to be too nonchalant about the way that I talk about my illegal activities. This is maybe too hard or maybe too involved of a game for me to be streaming like this. And I did struggle with Castlevania 3 when I played it, which is a very, very, very difficult game that I've played a million times. But I will say it was much harder to play while streaming than the usual Castlevania 3 frustration. And I think I'm experiencing kind of a similar level here. So bear with me, guys. I'm trying to dominate, but it may not be in the cards. We may be playing Rocket Knight Adventure instead. Or maybe we'll switch to easy just so we can see a few more stages and... Wow, dude. Fucking dipshit. Whew. Thank you for the kind words. What shocks me are the women who post shoplifting hauls. Yeah, I know. It's like, for them, it's like they just like the views or whatever, but they don't realize that they're just implicating themselves. What's up, Jay? How are you, dude? NES Addict, what's going on? Yeah. I was playing a lot of Bucky O'Hare, which is kind of funny. I had like a pretty frustrating day yesterday for nothing like too bad, but I was making a video which involved a lot of very difficult games, and one of them was Bucky O'Hare. And it's funny because there's like a place in it, I can't remember which stage, but like every time you die, you start back in a particular place, and if you don't move immediately, you're killed. I think it's on maybe the blue planet. And it's so funny. I must have died there 500 times because the stage is already really hard. And then I'd be like, ah, shit. And then as soon as I knew it, I was just being killed. Because I just kept forgetting that I was immediately in danger. All right. I keep dying here. I'm going to shut up for about 20 seconds. Look how fucking trippy that is. NES Addict, if you're still there, do you feel like you can't play games like this because you named yourself NES Addict? Like, do you feel like it limited you in the scope of what you get to talk about? Like, I didn't pick a game or a name specific to what I wanted to talk about, but I sometimes think about that. Okay. That was super fun. Oh, you fucking bastard. Oh man, they give you the short whip. That is cruel. Wow, dude. Whew! I can't believe they give you the short whip. That is so mean. Like, this isn't hard enough. You only get the level 1 whip. Look how dainty this thing is. And I have... Okay. That doesn't do anything. It looks cool, but he's not doing anything right now. Nope. Oh, I'm alive. Alright. Well, that was fun. Anyway, it's been good hanging with you guys. I'll see you later. Fuck me. Good fucking times. Bucky's a lot of trial and error. Yeah, it's pretty infuriating is the way that I would describe it. But then pretty much every Konami game is pretty infuriating until you get the hang of it. And so I would say I love Zen the Intergalactic Ninja, but a lot of people say that it's pretty hard. I think I've just gotten used to it. Oh, so you say, so... Oh, you have a... I've been checking out your channel, man. I haven't seen anything new. NES Addict is great if you guys don't follow him. He's awesome. Check him out. Alright, we're gonna do a little cheating. And we're gonna switch to Eric Lecard. And I'm gonna play better. My man from Segovia, Spain. Take it easy, Sagi Jojo. Damn, that's a good name. You know, I try and watch what I can. And if I'm really keeping up with someone's channel, I'll try and check in and see if I missed something. Because I don't... Most of my time is, like, these days is just editing. I don't... Even on YouTube, I watch something for, like, a minute just to give myself a break, but I often, you know, it's like the usual bullshit they're suggesting, and I forget what I was coming to watch in the first place. So as far as I know, John Morris doesn't have a cool super move. Eric Lecard's super move is not useful. It's if you hold down, he can jump like that. Well, it'll look cooler when I have a little more space here. He can also stab in every direction. He might be a little weaker. I don't really know what the big difference is. Why you wouldn't pick this guy, because he's kind of better in every way. Seems like he has more range. He can attack in more directions. And he can do that cool jump thing, which, again, is not useful or necessary in any way. But it looks cool. But, like, I can stab that dude. Let's see if I can jump through this. Yep. That's cool. Just adds a little extra zest to the Bloodlines experience. This game would not qualify for the switching characters scenario, since you can only play one or the other. But that would be cool. Obviously, Castlevania 3 does, although it has kind of, you know, strange parameters because you can only pick one character at a time that you can switch between. But it's still, you can switch. I was playing it to get some footage, and it's funny thinking back because I owned it as a kid, and like I probably played the first 3 levels of that game 8 million times. I never got any further than that. But I would always play the clock level and get the very first guy you can get, Grant. And I would usually die immediately after that and give up. Only years later did I like really sit down and and figure out how to beat it. And then I'd never really played the original Castlevania, and I played that and was amazed at how easy it was. It's not easy, but how easy it was compared to Castlevania 3. I think I beat it in one day, which I think I beat Castlevania over the course of weeks, maybe even months. I just had my Nintendo on and never turned it off. It was all I played with my wife early on in our relationship. Ugh! What do you know about that up diagonal attack? Oh, look at me, fancy boy. Let's see if I can hit him from there. Yep. Damn, these dragon heads are much harder in this game. It's harder to hit their projectile, and they seem to hit you a lot easier. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, like, that's pretty neat. Who needs stairs? You can just fling yourself upward. Totally unnecessary. Always with Sypha. You know, I never played the Sypha route in Castlevania 3. I've only ever played the Alucard route. Which is, it's pretty funny, as much as I've played that I haven't given it more of a shot to play the harder section, but I never have. Or play the easier section, rather. But it's like, I know the hard section, I know the Alucard route so well, but I never play it. I never play the Sypha one. You got an NES when Castlevania 3 was coming out? That's cool. That would have been 1990? I remember getting it for Christmas. I don't think I asked for it. I think it was one of those things like, I think I just handed my parents like an advertisement that came in the newspaper from Sears that had all the games, and they just picked one. But I knew Castlevania, obviously, and had maybe seen people play it a little bit, but had never played it myself. So we have switched to easy. This boss is not any easier, really. He's the same. But I think the difference is like that dragon that I fought earlier is only visible if you play normal. Otherwise, I didn't really notice any difference other than I just played pretty poorly. But I couldn't tell if that was the game that was fucking me up or myself. Oh, hi. Well, thank you. Did an animated GIF come up? Thank you for that. Because I didn't see one. But I wasn't really looking at the screen. There should have been something that popped up and said, EG gave some money. That would be awesome. We'll hear Iron Blue Heart in no time. Yes, I will make it further. I guarantee. The wolf has the most grating sound on the Genesis. Yeah, it's pretty rough. For some reason, when oh, there you go. Money, please. Thank you so much. For some reason, when I booted up the Genesis today, it was like screeching loud. I have no idea why. I was thinking I would actually have to pick a different console because it sounded like shit. It sounded like I was abusing it internally. And then after a couple minutes, it went away. I still have no idea why I was doing it. It was like screaming. Like digital screaming. I have no idea why. Alright guys, glad we got that practice run out of the way. Now we're here for the real deal, where I don't make any real mistakes. I may die, but not as casually as I did before. Did someone just say that their dad got the NES? Damn, that makes you feel old. I debate all the time what the like general age of my audience is. Most of the people that I feel like I end up talking to on the stream or in comments that like have kind of similar channels seem to be around my age, which I just turned 40. But then there's certain comments I get where it's like I could tell that you're either young or you talk like a young person. Any mention of a game being Souls-like Demon Souls, I can immediately tell you're either a young person or someone trying way too hard to be relevant, because that's not an expression that anyone I know that's my age would use to describe a hard game. And I find that generally a lot of people that talk about the Famicom, at least to me, seem like they're young. And that's something I'm going to have to do like a whole video on, because it's kind of bothering me. Pretty much any time I make a video, someone wants to talk about the Famicom or like correct me that I didn't mention certain Famicom games, and it's like, I feel like there's a bigger discussion. I don't want to have it with every single person who brings this up about why I'm not talking about the Famicom when I talk about NES games. I'm assuming you guys are nerdy enough to know what I'm talking about here, but I tend to treat them as not two different systems, but not the same system, just in different countries. I don't believe that that is the case. And I think referring to them as the same thing, saying like the top 100 NES games and including Mother and Final Fantasy III is a disservice to the NES. That's my mini rant for the evening. It's going to turn into a much longer rant later on. Hold on to your butts. Seriously. Like, really, before I did this channel, I've always been very over-analytical, mostly in my head. But now I am kind of turning those like long drawn out debates in my head into videos. The 3 Eras video I made recently is absolutely a conversation I've had with myself in my head over the course of like years, to be like, eventually, you know what, I should just write this down and edit some footage over it. It's like, why am I expending so much energy on something that could be turned into something? I don't know what, but something. So I realized how much life I lost there. And this is not a place where I should be losing life. Like I said, you really have to be conservative when you play this game. It doesn't allow you a lot of chances. And unlike other games, like there's certain games you play where it's like, if you take one hit of damage, you like just kill yourself immediately because you know it's easier than trying to make it to the end of the level without dying. Like Zelda 2, I'll do that all the time where it's like, nah, I'm gonna die, screw it. But this game, you can't do that because you have limited continues, so you kind of have to be not perfect, but pretty good. Or at least, if you're gonna die, die in certain places where it just can't be avoided. I would say the Famicom one was oftentimes more interesting than good. Yeah, I would agree with that to a certain extent. There are like more oddities, I'd say. I think for me it's that, and I will unfortunately talk about this more. For me it's that like I grew up with it, so like I had no concept of what the Famicom was. Whereas if you're like under the age of 30 and you've always had the internet, then you could view them simultaneously. You could say like they're the same system, because to you could play an English version of Mother or Final Fantasy 3. What's the difference, right? It's the same system, just different issues at play. But for me, who grew up in America with zero access to something like that, the Famicom is not a real thing. It's its own thing that happened in Japan. Fuck me. NES added, your channel's in my top 5. Oh, you too, buddy. Thank you. Jay, I'm just gonna give him all the props. Super nice guy. We met recently in Greenville, which is I think his hometown, and yeah, just a super nice guy, and I think that's why he has so much success with his YouTube channel. I feel like it comes across as very genuine and relatable in a way that some people I feel like maybe try too hard, or I don't know, just maybe have a different demeanor. I think he comes across really well. But if anybody else has a YouTube channel, please shout it out here. And if I haven't seen it, I will definitely try and make a mental note to check it out. But I would love to check it out. Oh, don't want. Oh, come on, dude. That's what I mean. Like, that's kind of like a longer range. Like, I wouldn't have thought that would hit me in the other Castlevanias, but it hits me here. Pretty annoying. All right, let us not fuck around here. Pretty sure. Yes, that can hit these dudes from up here. I'm just going to be a little more cautious. Like, I don't have to be super cautious, but, like, if I want to make it to the relative end of the game, I really do need to be a little more conservative here and not rush into things as lackadaisically as I'm doing so far. Even on easy, that will be very hard. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Every video on this channel makes you laugh out loud at least once. That's awesome. I feel like when I started, before I started the channel, I wrote a lot of these reviews, smaller versions of them, but still these reviews, especially the NES games no one played, for other sites, and mostly on Reddit for that, and then some other sites for some of the other reviews. And I had a different process. This is back when I still had a bar, so I was just drinking a lot more. Where I would write reviews, get the basic bones of them, and then I would come back later when I had some whiskey or something, and then I would edit. And I feel like those reviews were a lot funnier than the ones I'm writing now, where I'm not really drinking as much, and so not doing the kind of buzzed editing. But I'm also trying not to use that as like a crutch, like, oh man, I'm only gonna be funny if I'm drunk. Like, that's stupid. I'm not gonna live the rest of my life like that. But so far, it has been kind of true, and maybe that's just that I spent more time editing them. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's just, I think I noticed those things where it's like, especially some of the funnier ones, in my opinion, are from that time period, and some of those jokes are ones I wrote like 3 or 4 years ago. Now I'm getting just more, instead of more like silly and making fun of them, because I actually had to play the games instead of writing a review. I'm definitely getting not just more analytical, but more specific about the things I'm talking about, more than I am just clowning on a game. Because I think there's plenty of people out there who are just like, this game sucks, fuck this game, and it's like, it does suck, but there's more that I want to talk about than just how much a game sucks. That's too easy of a target, I guess. Jay, if you're still there, have you done any streaming? I feel like I have not seen that. And sorry if I'm just talking to NES Addict. I know there's other people watching and commenting. I think it's just easy now that I know he's there. It's like I know my wife is probably watching. I can talk to her about stuff, but it's harder for me to look at the comments and play this at the same time because, damn, this shit's engrossing. But I'm gonna take a break here for a second. Yeah, don't use that as a crutch. Sever Reality, that's a really cool name. Yeah, I used to like, not to like perpetually wail on about drinking more. I never considered myself maybe like an alcoholic or anything. I just drank a lot and it was just part of my work and lifestyle, and that's just what was going on. But I remember back in I used to run an art gallery with my buddy, and before shows, I really had this like routine because I'm pretty good at bullshitting with people, but I would just get kind of anxious. You know, you're like waiting for a show to start. You don't know if people are going to show up, if they'll like it, if they're going to buy art and thus keep the gallery open for another month. And I kind of had this like ongoing chemistry experiment where it's like I was always thinking about how much I ate, and then like, all right, do I need like an iced coffee before this? And then, all right, then I need like, I'll have a little bit of whiskey, and then I'll have one beer, but then I gotta wait so I don't get too drunk. It was like always this like chemistry experiment of what I needed to do, what substances I needed to like just be able to like talk to people. And I know people can relate to that. It's just the nature of anxiety, that like fight or flight instinct, and alcohol numbs that quite a bit. But now I don't feel that way. Now I don't give a shit. I think just getting older and especially having like a kid and your priorities changing, it's like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks now. I do not give a shit. I go to any meeting covered in paint. I do not care. Like, it just does not bother me in the same way it used to. Wish I'd gotten that one up. So yeah, believe in yourselves. Don't do drugs, kids. Believe in yourselves. I'm just kidding. Do all the drugs you want. Drugs are fun. Unless my nephew's watching, in which case, nah, drugs are really bad. Don't listen to me. I'm just fucking around, Nathan. My sister told me that they watched not too long ago, and then they had to turn it off when I started talking about pretty much that exact thing, like talking about drinking. I was like, oh man, that sucks. I try not to filter myself, you know, not knowing who's watching or who is watching. And I try not to filter myself too much with him, because he knows. He's seen this stuff. He's been on a video where even in that video featuring a 10-year-old kid, I'm still cussing up a storm, but I still don't want him to... I don't want him to think it's cool, you know? I don't want him to be like, oh, my uncle is cool. He says drinking is cool. Like, nah, it's not, dude. It's not. I feel like I already had that effect on my brother, so... hopefully less so with him. Anyway, what's going on with you guys? How's your Thursday? Sorry to bring it down there. I finally closed on the house that I've been renovating for the last year, so as of today, I'm completely unemployed. I gotta figure out what I'm doing next. That kept me busy for a year, and I don't know if that's what I'm gonna ultimately do for a living, so now I gotta figure out what to do. Do you guys have any stunning life revelations happen to you? Let's take a second. Oh, hello. Hello, Baba Dusa? Hello from Argentina. That's what's up. And yes, I did shrooms once. It was 8 hours and exhausting. And the next 3 days was boring. Yeah. I don't really do the hallucinogens anymore, but yeah, it's, yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, where's everybody from? It's awesome that you're from Argentina, and it's amazing that people check in from all corners of the world, and I don't really take the time to figure out what time it is when you're doing it, but it's really awesome. Thank you, guys. As always, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. The mean streets. I'm going to shut up for a second and try not to die here. Because I really don't want to... Yeah, this is a lot easier. Oh, fuck me. I got to be better about that. You have a little more range with this dude, so I should be able to hit him a little easier. It's a little stumpy, but I just need to focus and not lose any more lives trying to fight this dude. Not what I meant to do. That is a pretty good scream. All right, we'll get some victory jumps in here. Let's see if we can get the freeze frame. Hold on. I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard. It's so stupid. Well, I don't know why. It's like when you don't get it and you're just standing there, you feel like an asshole. Sorry, I missed where everybody's from. Let me scroll back up here. Got some Marylands. Oh, a couple Marylands. You guys buddies or what? Birmingham? Okay, that's what's up. Very close to us. Covina. Oh, hey, yeah, Jeff. And Serene is here from Australia. Hell fucking yes. Midday Friday. That's awesome. That's 3 Marylands. All right. NES Addict is Greenville, as I mentioned. Ottawa. Oh, yeah, DFLJ. What's up? And I guess that's it. Wait, is that 4 Maryland? Holy shit, dude. Yeah. Need to get my team on that. Find out how I can further cultivate my Maryland presence. Got a real following there. All 4 people. I can't remember who was asking for the music from this stage, but this is it. It's pretty good. This is where you fight Nazis? In kind of like a modern setting? It's pretty interesting, actually. Maybe I have beaten this game. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm not sure. I went to after I beat Castlevania 3. I was like, all right, I'm going for it. I'd already beaten Symphony of the Night and a few of the handheld ones, which I can never remember the name of. I can never remember which one is like Circle of the Moon or Sonata of the Infinite Sadness or whatever they are. They all have ridiculous names, but I beat a few. I beat Super Castlevania, but I don't know if I ever beat this one. That's about as far as I go. I haven't played the Game Boy ones. I beat Castlevania 1, 2, 3. Trying to think what else. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I haven't fucked with the N64 ones. I don't really care. I'm kind of a N64 hater, so I never really heard anything good about those in particular. So, oh, James, You stupid dick. There you go. Aria of Sorrow. Aria of Sorrow. That's exactly what I mean. There's no fucking way I was gonna remember Aria of Sorrow. Penetration of Madness. Like, they're all just like they grabbed a random like word of the day calendar word and then like threw in some kind of dark gothy word. It's pretty funny. Aria of Sorrow. Cacophony of Discontent. Like, what the fuck, dude? Maybe it's like a Japanese thing, or they just translated it weird. I don't know. It just... If there was ever a realm to try too hard, it's the goth scene, whether it's music or movies. You're allowed to call yourself ridiculous things like Sisters of Mercy. Alright, so last time I died in a classic beginner trap here. Where... Oh, fuck! And then I overthought it. Fuck me. Oh, the names are trying too hard. Yeah, most definitely. I don't know if any of you guys are goth people, but you know what I'm talking about if you are. That was a very embarrassing way to die, which is that I already died by that guy, who was not hard. And then I made some big speech about how I was, you know, fucking up. And then he killed me a different way. Good times. Yeah, My Retro Life is a good one. That guy just has a... I feel like there are a few... I don't know how to say this without sounding like a pompous dick. I think there are a few unique perspectives for retro gaming. Because we're all kind of talking about the same thing. I include myself in that, where it's like you're kind of approaching it the same way. And, you know, when I first saw The Angry Video Game Nerd, I thought, you know, that was kind of a unique way to do it. And then lots of people copied that. And then The Gaming Historian was the first person I saw who was really treating the medium as something serious, like it was a documentary. And then I've seen lots of people do that since, including myself to some degree. Not really trying to copy him, but the My Retro Life, if you guys haven't seen his channel, no one can copy that. And it's because not only was that guy and his dad, they were huge collectors. Like, their shit is more impressive than people now, and they were doing it at the time. Like, they bought every crazy game and were way into it. And so not only did they have all this stuff at the time, but then they documented all of it. So he has all this footage from the 80s and 90s of, like, you know, them going to, like, Universal and playing Sonic the Hedgehog for the first time and shit. And it's like, you know, most of us, if we want to show something like that, we find someone's archival footage or something from, like, a, you know, a news report, you know, a commercial. Like, this guy has real footage. And that's, like, it's, no one can do that. I mean, maybe someone else out there had that unique experience, but it's pretty goddamn specific. At least at the time. Now, I assume every kid probably grows up playing and documenting games and, you know, having a YouTube channel where they talk about their Minecraft, so I don't know. A candid opinion, well, he's just going to say how great it is that he got so many home videos. Is that what I said? Is that my candid opinion, or was that someone else's candid opinion? I mean, it's pretty amazing. It doesn't necessarily mean he's like that it's what's the word? It's not like that the content maybe is groundbreaking. It's that no one else has really done that. Lots of people sit in front of a camera and tell you what their opinion is, but DOS Nostalgia is a pretty cool channel. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm always looking for recommendations. Like I said, I really find that I don't end up watching most anything anymore, even stuff I want to. But I do love recommendations. Let's see. Oh, my retro life, you're there. Oh, what's up, dude? I'm like talking about how great you are, and then I'm kind of talking shit about you, and you're here on this stream. That's awesome, dude. You're amazing. So please know that I'm just talking out loud. That's the thing you do when you're just literally in a room by yourself. I'm like not even in my own house. I'm outside of it. Kind of just talking. But it's awesome you're here. Please take everything I said as the greatest compliment. I really am a big fan. And I don't say that about many people. Other than NES Addict, who is here. Fuck me. Well, I got a little further on the first continue. I should be able to get past this level. Tyler is here. James, say hey. Oh, so your name's Tyler. What's up? And what's up to anyone else I haven't said hi to? Thank you for joining me to play. I'm going to stick with Eric here. To play some Castlevania Bloodlines. One of my favorite Genesis games. I definitely had no real sense I would beat this game. I'm just kind of playing it for fun. My retro life, did you have this game as a kid? Because, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me, but that'd be pretty baller. It really is a technical marvel. Like I said, I feel like I'm not especially qualified to talk about, not qualified, but I just don't have a great sense of the Genesis to really compare it. I know certain games like Gunstar Heroes or something like really pushes the limits of what the Genesis can do, but this is one that I just marvel at. Even today, some of the practical effects that they pull off here are really impressive. In the same way that I think Bucky O'Hare is really impressive. It's like you can tell, even if you're really not that familiar with the Nintendo, you can tell it's pushing it to the limit. It's amazing. There are certain games like that that have gotten a lot of attention in recent years that no one really played at the time, and Bucky O'Hare is absolutely a game that deserves it, and so is this game. This one's not quite as obscure. More people are definitely more familiar with Castlevania, but Konami is no joke. I saw someone mention Haunting earlier, and I meant to comment on it. I don't even know if that person's still here, but that is kind of what makes the Genesis so fun, is that there are games like Haunting, Toe Jam and Earl, Splatterhouse, just like weird titles. I didn't know what was going to happen there. I think I'm just going to the right. Oh, fuck me. Why did I do that? I just got impatient, guys. Sorry. Yeah, the Genesis just had weird titles. I mean, even this, compared to its Super Nintendo counterpart, is kind of strange. Like, it has those kind of Genesis effects like this that are very Treasure, who made like Gunstar Heroes and Dynamite Headdy, which I think I might play next week. That's one of my favorite games, and I think is visually very fascinating, and from a design perspective, very fascinating. So I think that'd be fun to play. And it's really weird. It's super weird. If you haven't played Dynamite Headdy, stay tuned for next week. We'll be headying. Either that, or I might have a homie over next week. I've been trying to kind of alternate between weeks where I play by myself and weeks where I play with a friend. And I think next week might be a friend week. I just realized while I was rambling there that wasn't really doing a lot of damage, so that's not good. Whee! Let's try that again. That's awesome. Of course you played Dynamite Heady as a kid, you lucky bastard. Wow, I fucked that up. That's really tough. I think there's probably a pattern I'm missing there, because you kind of need to get all that stuff to fight this guy, but I took a lot of damage to do so, and maybe I should have just left it alone. But we got him this time. What the? What was that? I have no idea what that animation was supposed to convey, but I'm here for it. Oh god. I can't really move, so here's hoping. Oh, fuck. Whew! That was close. Jesus. PS on the Genesis, obviously. PlayStation, I think is what you mean? I guess. Here, let's see if I can do it. Yes. Yeah! If you don't get the freeze frame, you didn't beat the level correctly. I feel like DFLJ, every time you're on this stream, you say something about your kid being up, and I hate that for you, dude. Not that you have a kid, but that your kid's up. My child, I assume, is asleep. Hopefully my wife is watching her. Cue the sex bots in 37 minutes. Oh, you're right. It's always right around 11 that they show up. Again, and you guys might have said it earlier, but if anyone wants to be a moderator, just to delete sex bots when they show up to pitch their sex stuff, that would be very helpful, because I can't really do it with the setup I have here. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, for some reason, every time right at 11, some, like, chat bot will show up. I don't know why. I assume it's, like, an algorithm thing that it's like, this has reached the number of lonely men necessary to promote this sex dating channel. And I'm including myself in that mix. I am literally alone out here. Damn, damn. That's pretty dark. The Super Castlevania does have some kind of darker elements, but they really went for it with Bloodlines. I guess just because of the Genesis's reputation. That maybe they made it a little more graphic here, but it's pretty fucked up. Those headless torsos earlier, man, that shit's fucked up. I'm not sure what this enemy is supposed to be. Maybe like a praying mantis or something. Kind of just looks like I don't know what the hell that is. Gotta wonder if those bots actually work. I mean, they must, right? It's like we all wonder who gets caught with the, like, Nigerian prince scam, but somebody does, because otherwise, why would they keep doing it? Oh, fuck me. I'm actually really surprised by that. And that's like a pretty subtle trap right there, because you know they're there because you see them at the beginning here, these little chandeliers that fall. But you're not really thinking about them because then they're not in this whole section here, so you're like kind of more focused on fighting, and then they drop one on you when you're not paying attention. Very clever, Konami. Has anybody been to Japan? It's on our list of travel. We've been talking about it a lot. I've been to the airport. That's as far as I've been in Japan. But I think, obviously, for my specific interests, it would be really fun. But I think my wife is really interested in a lot of things about Japan, and I think there'd be a lot of stuff for us to enjoy there. The only downsides is, yeah, it's pretty pricey. It is kind of a long flight, which isn't amazing. Our last out-of-the-country trip was to Greece, which is amazing if you've never been. It's awesome. We went a few years ago. And it is not very expensive. You can stay in like a pretty nice place for about $20 a night, depending on what time of year you're there and where you are. Like, we were there in maybe September or October, and like it was pretty easy to get around. No one was really there, and everywhere was pretty inexpensive, and like meals are about $10, like for like the best meal you'll ever have. Oh, you can just skip all that. Cool. Actually, I guess I do have to go that way. So this is the only part you really kind of split paths is if I wanted to go to the right, I have to be John Morris, the guy with the whip. Whereas as Eric, then I can go up. And man, this is way harder. Fuck. Yeah, that's very difficult. Because you can't jump and stab, so I can't hit this dude until I get up there. I guess I'd just do that. That's very hard. I don't remember that. How many stages are there? I think there's 2 more stages, 3 more. I don't think I've ever beat it. And I may not tonight. We'll see. Like I said, I picked another game to play if I got bored, but honestly, I think at this point I would probably just try one more time. It's not like it really takes that long to get well. Said I'm doing well for getting this far. Thank you. I am playing it on easy because I played it on normal and didn't get maybe half this far. But definitely, if you guys have never streamed before, I'm making it sound very hard. It's not hard, but it is hard to play games like this where you kind of have to be very precise in your actions and to talk and execute certain things at the same time. I feel like I should be able to hit that guy. Like, that's pretty cheap. But yeah, if you have a chance, go to Greece. I think from the US we were able to get tickets for about maybe $600 if you like really watch the deals and maybe go in a little bit of off season. And then yeah, travel between places and accommodations and food is very affordable, and just the nicest people and such great food. That place, Greece rules. I feel like we have like a very American opinion about it, like, you know, they're having economic problems, so they must be losers or something, but like, fuck that. I met a guy in Greece who was from Boston, and he was like, I think his family was Greek, and I was talking to him, I was like, so what brought you here? And he was like, honestly, the people here just have more of an appreciation for life than work. And he's right. Like in America, that's all we value is like work and the accumulation of capital. And it's like we don't value just like maybe I just want to stay at home with my kid for a couple of years and not work. Like there should be a way to make that sustainable, and it's not. So yeah, James's crowning endorsement of Greece. You guys may not have heard of it. It's not a very well-known country, but it's pretty amazing. I really enjoyed it, and my wife really enjoyed it. We talk about it all the time. Say my attention is divided. Yes, you're correct. And I think if you guys express to me, you're like, shut the fuck up and just play the game because we want to see you beat it, I would do that if you really wanted to. I kind of think maybe you're here because we share similar interests, so you want to talk to other people with similar interests and maybe hear me talk about similar interests more than watch me, like, kick this game's ass. But maybe it's a combination of both. I feel like there are just people out there, I've seen them, who are like, you know, speedrunners who can just beat a game like this or Solstice without losing a life, maximize everything about it. You know, that's not really my approach here. It really is much more casual. Shoot the shit with you guys. Okay, that's not good. I don't remember this. So maybe I haven't made it this far. This is not a very Castlevania enemy right here. I gotta pause for 1 second. Hold on. Right, just so you guys can stare at this cool face. Hold on 1 sec. All right. Just a reason to get us nerds together. Hell yeah. Heck, just being Tyson's heart. Oh, you guys are talking about Punch Out. Another game I've played a million times. I've never beaten Mike Tyson. Not really sure what I'm aiming for here. Oh. It's just the column in the middle. Duh. It's not the faces. That's very confusing. That's very, very cute. So the that's like an art thing, right? This where it's the face and the column in the middle. I can't remember what that technique is called. But where you make an image out of another image. My wife would know. Where is she? Probably looking at chicken books. She loves chickens. But I didn't realize that whole time. I was like, what am I hitting? I can't tell. And I wasn't hitting much, that's for sure. Yeah, that's right. Division Bell, right? That's the Pink Floyd cover that has that style. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, I mean, the only artist I can think of that did that regularly was MC Escher, who would do like the fish that's also a bunch of swans. Ooh, milady. Wasn't expecting to see you here. I assume this is gonna get bad here in a second. I don't think I know she get impaled by your own trident when you die. Damn, that sucks. Okay. Cool. Alright. Let's not die. I think she turns into something here. Hold on. Whoa, yeah, she does. Fuck! I totally forgot about this. That is amazing. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've been doing everything wrong with my channel that I haven't just been talking about that. Of all the things I thought was going to happen, and I'm pretty sure I've played this level before, I was not expecting her to turn into a giant moth. That rules. See ya. Christian Hunt says, yep. That pretty well sums it up. Ah, boo! Standing on the ground like a loser. Oh, I see. You were specifying that while I was talking, my attention is divided, but yeah, that's everybody. Yeah, I don't watch a ton of streams, and I do try and kind of observe, for lack of a better term, their work-life balance, how they communicate and then also play. I usually find most people just play and maybe kind of say a quick thing real quick like I just did there, and then just keep playing and don't really talk a lot. I try to just talk and hope that that's what you guys are wanting to hear. If you guys have any requests for games to play, I am kind of wanting to play more Genesis because it took me forever to get this to work. And I'm kind of NES, not out. Obviously, I'll never stop obsessing about it, but I kind of don't want to just play that on here because that's pretty much all my channel is. What happens in this? How do I not die right here? Oh, that's super confusing. What is happening here? I gotta be honest, I don't know if I played this level, but I'm very confused. It kind of like, the bottom is the foreground, and then the middle is the background, but not the... This is the foreground again? I mean... Okay. That is, okay. I feel like that's trying a little too hard. Like, it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but it's very confusing. It doesn't really make any sense. And so there's other levels like this in Super Castlevania, but it's a little more not logical. It just feels more natural that that's how you would move through the space. Like, this doesn't make any sense what's happening on the screen. But I'll give it a shot. Like that. Okay. Like, this wasn't hard enough. They had to add the Medusas in there. Huh? Yeah, what am I missing there? I don't get it. Watch your feet is the best advice I can give here. That's probably good advice, but I don't understand what I'm missing there. Like, in that particular place, which of course it doesn't give you any time to think about because there's Medusas attacking you the whole time, but I couldn't really see where I could jump. It almost seemed like I need to have the whip or something. That was pretty confusing. Okay. Like that one, maybe if I had waited, I could have got that. I don't know. I think I am going to play Rocket Adventures for a second. I'm not any better at it. I'm terrible at it, but I think I've kind of played this as far as I'm going to get, is what I'm going to say. I don't believe that if I started again, I would necessarily get past this point. I think I'd probably just get right back to that point and then die a bunch. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll do some research at some point, unless you guys got some super cool tips. Otherwise, I'll come back to it later. Love to watch a Soldier or Guardian Legend stream. Um, I don't know if I've really played Star Soldier. I'll have to think about that. Guardian Legend's awesome, but I don't think I've ever played it without using some kind of walkthrough. I just get lost. I don't think I could really play it. Same with like Goonies and some of the other games that are a little more confusing. I don't feel like I'm really deep enough that I could play it without really needing to look at a map or something. Herzog's Wii is really cool. And I think I'd like to try and play that 2-player at some point. Any chance I have to play it, if it has a 2-player option, I'm saving it for 2-player. But let me think about that. That's actually pretty interesting. Truxton, I don't think I actually own. I know it's a shooter, which I'm terrible at, but do you think I should pick that one up? I might give it a shot. Like I have Lightning Force, which is a pretty good shooter, but I'm terrible at it, so I don't think I could really play it for 2 hours. Let's play a little Rocket Knight just for kicks, and then that'll probably be it. Oh. I feel like if I called this more generically like Genesis stream, then maybe people wouldn't be like, popping in now and be like, wait, I thought he was playing Castlevania. It says Castlevania, but this is my favorite way to stream so far, I think, is like play the game I say, ooh, children. Oh, we're playing children. Play the game I say I'm going to play as much as I can. And then take it as far as I can and then play something else for a little bit, because I'm not going to be here all night. Might as well play something else that I know I'm not going to stream this game, for instance, so it'll be fun to play for a few minutes. It's another Konami classic. It just looks awesome. I could beat Jaws. I can beat Jaws. That would be fun. Treasure Master, I feel like you've brought up before, and I really haven't fucked with that too much either. Definitely still sticking with Genesis. I would play Super Nintendo too. I feel like the difference, the Genesis is kind of like a in-between for the NES and Super NES. So it's I feel like it has more games that are kind of pick up and play than the Super Nintendo. I feel like all the Super Nintendo games I have are like pretty long. Oh yeah, forgot you kind of have a. I forgot about this game. Every time I play it, I'm like, oh yeah, you can do all this cool stuff that won't matter once I die. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot more options on the Genesis that I can play for about 2 hours, whereas the games I have on the Super Nintendo are like. So far, I've played Legend of the Mystical Ninja and Illusion of Gaia, both of which are a little too complicated and maybe a little too long to play without really knowing what I'm doing on a stream. At least not... I don't want to do these streams like multi-part. I played Zelda 2 to the end last week, and that was a part 2, but I kind of want to just play a different game every week. Keep it simple. So I'll probably play this, not this, Dynamite Heady. At some point I'll play Gunstar Heroes when I can get one of my friends over. And then, and absolutely I will play Toe Jam and Earl, both of them. Again, when I can get kind of a specific friend. My buddy Brian is who I grew up playing mostly Genesis games with, so hopefully I can get him over here once. Like Contra Force, this is a really pretty game. Not as beautiful as I said Contra Force. Not as beautiful as Castlevania Bloodlines, but pretty cool. A lot of really interesting sprite work. And these kind of background effects and whatnot. Okay. A little shooter level in here. Can't remember if this game uses multiple buttons. I feel like every button does the same thing, which is absolutely something that makes the Genesis kind of weird. Is there's a lot of games where even though it has a 3-button controller, you only use one button, like Sonic the Hedgehog, or even later games mostly use 2 buttons. And so it really makes you appreciate what they did with the Super Nintendo, you know? Ah, shit. That you can play a game like Zelda or something where you have multiple options. Yeah, let's see. Alright, B jumps, A attacks, and so does C. So they do the exact same thing. Yeah, I gotta say that's pretty lazy. Like, they could have made the rocket charge the C button. But instead, yeah. It's the exact same A or C. Pick your poison. Castlevania: The Legend of Curly's Gold. Yeah, that's a good one. Beavis and Butthead for Genesis. Jesus Christ. I don't see any sex bots. You're a liar. Yeah, I definitely played the Genesis Beavis and Butthead, but I do not know where to go. Any adventure game is definitely going to be a... Unless we're playing King's Quest IV, about the only adventure game I could play from start to finish without looking anything up. Probably not going to play an adventure game. It really is just too hard to, like, talk to you guys and check in with the channel or the chat, and then also pay attention to what's happening, like dialogue. When we played Illusion of Gaia, I don't think I read one sentence of dialogue, and I realized it's a game where you're supposed to find things, and I wasn't really paying attention. You have to talk to people to figure out where to go, and I was like too busy chatting with you guys, and my buddy was just was kind of paying attention, but you know, not all the way. Next time. So, part of the learning curve. Whew. I've actually had a little bit of time to catch up on videos. I was kind of not running out of time because I'm the only one who dictates when I need to have a video done by, but I was definitely stretching it a bit. I was trying to work on stuff like right before I wanted to put it out. I was trying to get pretty tired. And now I'm like at least a couple weeks ahead. I've been doing more Patreon videos, which is something I just kind of started. I'm not good at promoting it, and I kind of hate promoting it, but it is something I'm like interested in, which is just like, you know, a way to like generate a little bit of revenue, and also for me to make different content. So I'm making entirely different videos on there that are mostly like just things I wouldn't necessarily talk about on my main channel. So talking about like movies, music, TV, definitely still talking about games. I did a video about like what games would if I had to choose NES games, what to go on like a desert island, which 5 would I choose? And I thought that one was actually pretty funny. But oh boy, that didn't work. But yeah, so now I'm actually making twice as many videos as I was before, which is really stupid, but I'm in it to win it right now, guys. I'm to the detriment of many other things in my life, this is like really what I'm focused on. And not really with any grand ideas that it's going to like start paying my bills or something, but it's just like, I just love it. I'm just really into it. So if you guys are clamoring for more content, check out my Patreon, or if you just want to support, you can just give me money. I'll even hand draw your name if you want, which is what I did for the very first Patreon subscriber that I'm not married to, which turned out pretty good, actually. No shit. Not the marriage. The marriage is great. I meant I did like a little name card for the person who was the first to donate or join, or whatever you call it. I don't know why this is making me think of it, but one of the videos that I'm working on, I played Legacy of the Wizard, which is a game that I think is really interesting, but I've never really enjoyed. I accidentally rented it as a kid thinking it was another game, and I played it for like a weekend and was like, what the fuck am I doing? And that's kind of still how I feel. But it has a mechanic, and I'm thinking about it because this mechanic is not super hard, this part, the like rocket flight thing. But in that game, you have to like, as the dad, move a bunch of boulders around, and it is the most obnoxious thing I've ever attempted. It doesn't make any sense. I can never get them to go where they're supposed to. And you absolutely need to be able to do it in order to beat the game. So I always get to that point and then give up. So if you see that footage and you're like, where's the rest of it, Goober? You missed this part. It's because I gave up. I also gave up on Double Dragon 3, which is a game I've never had any luck with, but was part of the discussion. So I had to at least mention it, but I cannot get far enough to show the footage I need. I can't remember if you can kill these things or not. I don't think you can. But they do explode. No, you cannot. Keep in mind, I'm playing this on the absolute easiest setting. The one that said children. That's how difficult this game still is. And this is maybe not one of the hardest Konami games, but it's still pretty damn hard. Yes, you just coincidentally I was just talking about Double Dragon 3. Thank you. What was the game that someone mentioned earlier? Lethal Weapon. That's right. NES Addict, you'll be a mod. Did anyone else say they would be a mod? Did I miss that? I'm sorry. I keep asking and then I keep forgetting to check. And thank you, Cryptic Commander's here to once again ask to play Desert Commander. I don't know if I'll ever get to, but I will try. And then you guys are just talking about Castlevania. Hell yeah. Weird sequels. Inevitably, anything anyone says will always remind me of The Simpsons. And there's that one Simpsons where Bart needs to know Roman numerals, but he couldn't remember them. And he has to get out of a tiger's cage, and if he chooses the wrong door, he'll die. And so he pieces together that Rocky 5 plus Rocky 2 equals Rocky 7. Adrian's Revenge. I don't know why, but that always cracks me up. Adrian's Revenge. And they did end up making not a Rocky 7. They just made Creed, but that would technically be the 7th Rocky movie. I don't know if you guys are big Rocky or Stallone fans. I am a huge fan of Rocky, Rambo, all that stuff, but more of a Schwarzenegger guy than a Stallone guy. But I love every Rocky, including Rocky Balboa, both Creed movies. I just think I think he really nailed what makes that format really fun and thrilling. Even if it is kind of dumb, it's really, I always get super excited whenever there's a fight or a training montage. Oh, shit. That is super confusing. Man, Konami just loves these, like, perspective tricks. Where it's like, you can't tell if you're in the foreground or the background. This is like, somebody there was like all about this in the 16-bit era. What? How the hell do you get on it then? Oh, that's so stupid. Okay. So if you jump on this, you go in the background. So you jump on it again to go in. That's so stupid. Just... Thank you. Won't I die if I do that? So this is what I mean. That's so confusing. And yeah, I guess if I think about it for a second, it's not that bad, but it's pretty confusing. I'm trying to think of some other Genesis games I like to play. One I've never figured out is Kid Chameleon. Every time I try and play it, I always get stuck and then just stop. And not even very far into the game. I've never figured out what it is I'm missing. A really weird one that I absolutely will play at some point is Home Alone for the Genesis. It's one of my favorite games. And it doesn't seem like it would be very good because it's Home Alone. And, you know, like the other ones are pretty bad. But it's actually really interesting. You like kind of set up traps, which makes sense, it's Home Alone, but then you collect items and then you can make your own weapons. And on easy mode it suggests weapons, but on hard mode you have to like craft them. And it's a really interesting concept. It's something that if I were someone who designed games, it's a concept I would steal. Absolutely. Because it's really well done, and really I feel like if it was done in a more interesting game, especially later on, could be like really exciting. I'm gonna take a second here. Decap Attack, oh yeah, that'd be a good one. Light Crusader, fuck no, I'm not playing Reg. Light Crusader was made by, what's it called? Treasure, who are awesome, but yeah, it's maybe a little too long for what I want to do here. The other game I absolutely will not play is, what's it called? Landstalker. Not my favorite. I like levels like this where the minecart jumps with you. Like it's a skateboard. Amazing. But then later, you can jump right off of it. I think I was destined to only talk about Bucky O'Hare, but Bucky O'Hare has a pretty cool minecart level. I totally didn't see what I was supposed to be doing there. Shotgun the Forever Man, another one I've tried a few times and I would say was maybe a little too. The controls are maybe a little rough, and I don't think I gave it much love. But I know some people really love that game, and I can't tell if it's in the way that I love a game like Astyanax, or if it's in the way that like people love a game like this, where it's like it's hard, but it's actually really good. Trying to think of another one. Man. Okay. What did I miss there? Oh my god. Did not mean to do that. Duck, you dick! Oh my god. I was pressing down, but I must have been pressing down right. And so instead of ducking, he was just kind of walking very casually. It was actually pretty funny. But this is absolutely the Konami wheelhouse. They just... Any excuse to make something go really fast or to have a background flying around in the opposite direction. They're all about it. I think I really thought about it when I'm working on this video now where I'm mostly playing Konami games that... I really should just be making this channel about Konami. Like, all the best... late era deep cuts are made by Konami. I mean, there's some that aren't, but most of the really good ones are. Roller Games and Zen the Intergalactic Ninja and a bunch of other, Bucky O'Hare, Monster in My Pocket. They just made so many good 1992 style games. Ah! Someone might know better than I do, because I'm not great with that stuff, but I'm pretty sure that the guys who formed Treasure worked at Konami. Because you can really see in the style of this, in particular, and that one bad guy I fought in Castlevania, the Treasure style. They have such a distinct look to how they animate sprites, and I'm pretty sure that's the case, is that they were former Konami employees. Like, there's definitely a level in Gunstar Heroes that's very similar to this. And maybe we'll see more in Dynamite Heady. The other game that they made Light Crusader. We've covered almost all the treasures, and we'll talk about more next week. But the other game they made that wasn't for the Genesis, it was for the Sega Mega Drive in Japan, is Alien Soldier, which is a crazy game. And I wish had been released here. Again, one of those games that comes up in Best Genesis game lists that was never released for the Sega Genesis. And I'm going to be a stickler about. Because I want to play it on this console we're playing on right now, but it does not exist for the Genesis. Sorry. Man, I'm getting fucked up by this dude. Alright, I'm gonna take a second. Hold on. Oh, wow, my nose is like itching like crazy. The first X-Men. Yeah, I like the second one even better. That is one I'd like to play. I'm always in kind of a dispute with myself, because like I don't necessarily want to play a game I've never played or can't play very well, because I feel like I'm going to reach a point where I just can't do anything and I'm going to feel bad if I'm just playing the first level, because I'm really not someone who I think could play something out of the blue and be good at it. And then yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts, that would be a very hard one. So yeah, I don't know, I have to think about it. Back in the Day Gamer, what's up? And anyone else I haven't said what's up to, what is up? How's it going, guys? I will probably run out of battery here in a second. I'm gonna actually switch that out real quick. Hold on. Oy. My camera is on a battery, and I haven't figured out a great way to keep it going without just swapping out the battery every couple hours, so that's what I'm doing. I tried to do just like the webcam. This is my wife's computer that I'm streaming through, but it just didn't look quite how I wanted it to. Just a little fuzzy. So let's give this another shot. If anybody has any advice on on how to beat this guy, I will take it. It seems like he hit his hands, so I got that part. Just haven't had a ton of luck doing so. I did see back in the someone saw about back in the day gamer. He's awesome, so definitely give him a look, if not a like and a subscribe. All the things you're supposed to ask for. I guess I thought I could jump up there, but I think I jumped right into him. Move the mic a little closer. Fuck me. Right when I yell into it, sorry. There's nothing more, like, frustrating than when you, like, die against a hard boss, and then it's not that the boss kills you the next time, it's that you just randomly fall off a cliff like I did there. I noticed half my life. I noticed that even though I set this to the easiest mode, it actually doesn't give you 5 lives if you continue. That only happens the first time. Now, when you restart the second time, you just have 3 lives. Yeah, this is pretty hard. Can't hit him here. That's pretty damn hard. Yeah, this is insane. And maybe I'm just missing something. Let me get one more shot. It's a YouTuber champagne room in here. Hell yeah. Who brought the YouTube version of cocaine? It's probably like some input that you put into the comment section that is the equivalent. Again, not advocating anyone does drugs. Oh boy. I feel like that's gonna fuck me up here. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. How do I keep ending up on this side? This has never happened to me before. Look at this. No idea. And it won't let you rocket over them, so unbelievable. I don't know how I got on that side, and it doesn't seem like there's really much you can do there. Honestly, this has probably always been my experience with Rocket Knight. It's really good. It looks amazing. The music is really rad. As you can see, there's some very cool sprite work and effects happening. It is very, very hard. And I've definitely learned that if I didn't own it as a kid, I probably am not going to put the work in to be good at it now, with few exceptions. Like, I owned Castlevania 3 as a kid, so it made sense to go back. I didn't own Bloodlines as a kid, and maybe that's why I can't beat it. I did not have a Genesis or a Super Nintendo growing up, just the regular NES. Which is, I kind of talk about a little bit, is why I have so many of them. Because I kind of started collecting on accident when no one wanted their games anymore. And then I just couldn't stop. Alright. Fucking finally. That was much harder than I thought it was going to be. Holy shit. More? Fuck me. This better be a lot easier. It isn't. Shit. Please be the end. It's all I can stands. I can't stands no more. Yes. Do I have a ColecoVision? No, I do not. I do have some ColecoVision games. No, they're in television. Sorry. My my buddy owns like the last video store in Atlanta, and someone brought him some VHS tapes, and there were some Coleco games in there, so he gave them to me, or in television games. But I have not played it. I've mentioned it before, but whoa, I have an Atari 7800, but I don't play it because I can never get it to work. So it kind of just sits over there, unfortunately. It looks like really amazing, so I hate that I can't play it, and I have a bunch of games for it, but that's the oldest system. I really kind of start with the NES, and... What the fuck was that? I don't know if I've made it this far. I feel like I made it to that boss and then never got any further, so this could be interesting. My guess was that I needed to rocket over. Oof. Somewhere here? May I just jump? That sucks. Sorry, that sucks. They're trying to be so fucking cute with this foreground, background bullshit, and it's like, you don't need to obscure a platform. That doesn't make the game more fun. That's just annoying. Same with the section I died in Bloodlines. It's like, I was not excited about that. That was not fun. Like, here, what the hell am I doing? What about this? Oh, hold on. That's very clever. I take it back. That's very clever. I completely take it back. It's annoying still, but it's much more clever than I was giving it credit for. Oh, okay. It's still complicated, but very clever. You can see this effect is also in Bloodlines, the reflection. And this is why Konami is the best. They pulled stuff like this off that, like, play any other game and you will not see this level of detail. These attempts at doing something this innovative. Even something like Comic Zone that, like, has definitely a unique style, like, from a graphic standpoint, it has nothing on this game or any other Konami game. Shit. Since I'll probably never play this again, maybe I'll see this out. Fuck me. So I got, I think, maybe 2 more continues. So we'll just play it out. I don't think I'll live much longer anyway. My goal is, my general goal has always been about 2 hours. And I've noticed lately I've been going longer. I mean, Zelda went as long as I was gonna go because I wanted to beat it, but I feel like 2 hours is pretty solid. 2.5 is fine. Getting to 3 or longer, like, I know there are plenty of people who stream longer than I'm streaming. It's just my own tolerance, and then still got some shit to do. Well, nah, probably not now. I'll probably just go to sleep, but I should continue working on a video. Oh shit! I did it again. God damn it! It is. It's very simple and very subtle, but it is a mindfuck because you're kind of, once you notice the reflection and you're jumping based on it, you're not really thinking about whether you'll jump in the lava if you jump. So you're kind of looking in the wrong place. What's gonna happen here? Let's not die. At least I got an extra man. Cool, looks like there's, 30 people here. That's awesome. What's up, dudes? Oh boy, I fucked that up. I had my wife on the other day, and I kind of told her that I like to alternate between having people on and being by myself, because I feel like it offers different things for me and for the chat and stuff. And so she was on, and then the next week I kind of had a video that didn't go viral, but just more people subscribed all of a sudden. And so the next time I streamed, I had like 3 times as many people watching. And I think she kind of framed it like, oh, I guess they do just want to watch you. And I was like, nah, I don't think that's a direct correlation. I think just more people subbed last week, and so they were curious or whatever. But I think that'll all balance out, because not everybody who watches your videos wants to watch a stream. It's a totally different, it's a different vibe for sure. All right, that only took me 20 deaths. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. The thing I'm most picked up on with Konami is they're kind of the masters of leading you into a situation you're not ready for. It could be kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. There's plenty of games I've played recently where it's like, how the fuck was I supposed to know? As soon as I did that I would fall into lava, or if I didn't do that I would fall into lava. But so many of their games fit that profile. Go. Okay. I will. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played this far. So that's a first. What the fuck is that? Hell yeah. That's amazing. Oh. I have to do the whole level over again? That, not gonna lie, that doesn't seem right. Seems kind of weird that I would have to fight a boss twice. Or just have to start from the beginning again, but okay. It's your game, Konami. You tell me what to do. I thought maybe I'm supposed to use the rocket there. I'm not really sure. Oh, you can use the rocket here. Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm missing. I kind of forget about the rocket. Even though it's called Rocket Knight Adventures, I kind of forget that that's part of your arsenal. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, if it's just to fight the claws or if I'm supposed to actually hit him, but we're gonna fight the claws and hope for the best. I don't know. Last credit, though. This is awesome, Possum. People like to use the term mascot platformers around this time, because there were so many kind of goofy Sonic-style characters that came out during this time period. I don't necessarily think that Rocket Knight Adventures was supposed to be the next Sonic, but it is kind of in that range. It's like an unexpected animal, like a possum or a hedgehog or a bobcat. I can't remember what other really stupid mascots there were, but Bubsy, I think, was trying to be a mascot for sure, but this game, not so much. This isn't Konami's mascot. If anybody knows what to do here, I have no idea. Use the jetpack more. Yeah, you may be right. Can I use it here is the real question. Like, I'm pretty sure, yes, I should have been using it in the sections where I died on the spikes. Whoa, that was cool. Okay. That appears to be more effective. And I died. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna try it in a place where I keep hitting the spikes. Like here. Yeah, that kind of worked. And I should be able to get through here. Alright. Oh god. Fuck that up. That didn't work at all. Maybe when you're high enough you can just go straight? Yeah, okay. Whoever said use the jetpack more, you were absolutely right. Except for there. It seems like it's more effective against this boss. Oh. It only took me 5 tries? Okay, and you can kill those. Fuck yeah. Nope. Well, I finally figured out what to do. It's unfortunate that it's going to happen on my very last life. But I think I actually know how to kill that guy now. That's kind of just how these games were designed, right? It's like, you're not supposed to beat it on your first try. You're supposed to be playing this, you're supposed to own it and attempt this many, many times. come back to this level later after you've continued and lost and whatever. And, you know, I don't think I've ever played this level before. And this is just the trial and error portion of our program. All right, well, let's do this. That's right, there was a McDonald's treasure game. Was that only in Europe? Or was that here? Maybe there is one more game I need to get. I can't... I mean, I know... I can't remember if it was ever released in the US or not. Saw it coming, but the slowdown, dude. The slowdown got me there. I could like see it trying to attack me, and I tried to move, but it just slowed down. All right, that's the end of this chapter. That's all I can play. Is I can't play no more. I think I already made that stupid joke. That isn't even a good joke. Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. I'm pretty sure I will be playing Dynamite Headdy next week. As always, I put out a new review video every Tuesday. And then I'm doing exclusive stuff on Patreon. So if you're interested, check it out. It's patreon.com/bigoldwords. And then, yeah, I gotta thank you for reminding me. Lethal Weapon, Rescue the Embassy. I'm gonna jot those down real quick. Here, I'm gonna turn this off. Hold on. Ugh. But yeah, so yeah, check those out, and yeah, I'll see what I come back with next week. It'll either be Dynamite Headdy or and all that good stuff. And yeah, bye.